Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Ashley Brackett Show. I'm your host, Ashley Brackett. Tonight is a very special episode. We have a very important guest today. Everyone, please welcome Jackie Robinson.
Yeah! You're so awesome!
Thank you, I know.
Okay. Thank you for coming.
It's a pleasure to be here.
I'm sure it is. So tell me about growing up. What was it like?
Well, I was born in Cairo, Georgia in 1919 into a family of sharecroppers. I had 4 siblings and my mother worked very hard to make sure we had a good life.
Your mother sounds wonderful. What was your neighborhood like?
Well, we were the only African Americans on the block, so we received a lot of prejudiced behaviors.
That sounds like it was tough for you.
Well, it was worth it in the end because it made our family closer.
Did it?
Yeah.
Well, we'll be right back after this very important message.
Take Me Out to the Ball Game, sung by Edward Meeker, Edison Record. Katie Casey was baseball mad, had the fever and had it bad, just to root for the hometown crew every Sue. Katie Blue. On a Saturday, her young beau called to see if she'd like to go to see a show, but Miss Kate said no. I'll tell you what you can do. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jack. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Katie Casey saw all the games, knew the players by their first names, told the umpire he was wrong all along, good and strong. When the score was just 2-2, Katie Casey knew what to do. Just to cheer up the boys she knew, she made the gang sing this song. Take me out to the ball game, take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jack. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Welcome back, everyone. So, Jackie, tell us about some challenges you had to face in your later life.
Well, when I went to college, I was forced to drop out due to some financial difficulties.
What did you do to overcome that?
Well, I joined the Army, to put it simple.
What was the Army like?
It was great until I overcame with the challenge of a hurt ankle and was forced to honorably discharge.
What did you do after that?
I joined the Negro Leagues in baseball.
Oh, well, that's wonderful. What are your political views, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, I like to say I'm a Rockefeller Republican, but otherwise, I'd be independent.
They call you independent. That's what you're under, right? Independent. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll be back after this other message.
This one is an ode to Jackie Robinson, the man who broke Major League Baseball's color line. It's entitled, Jackie, Do They Know? An ode to Jackie Robinson. Do they know what you did, Jackie Robinson, when you broke that color line? Do they know the worlds that you opened when the Dodgers asked you to sign? Do they know the humiliation that you suffered through the years, or how it felt to stomach the threats or constant racial jeers? Do they know the competitive passion with which you played the game, or the host of insults you endured when they defiled your name? Do they know that you rose above it with majestic winning style, escorting a perennial bridesmaid down the coveted championship aisle? Do they know that you were a black Moses with a soul of raging fire, a man who firmly stood his ground with undiminished desire? Do they know that you had all the tools, talent, smarts, and skill, well blended with civility, plus an unshakable, ironclad will? Do they know that when you left the game, no grass grew under your feet? You continued pioneering using the executive suite. Do they know, with respect and reverence, we document your deeds, careful to water and nourish your bountiful, well-sown seeds? Do they know that in the Hall of Fame you regally reside, having scaled the heights of the grand old game and humanity with pride? Do they know that you left us early, age 53 when you passed, but in that great half-century, what a legacy you amassed.
Welcome back. So, what were some contributions you made to society?
Well, I was the first Negro baseball player to ever play in the major leagues. And secondly, I fought tirelessly into improving conditions for African Americans.
That's wonderful. What were some big accomplishments you made, and who inspired you to do everything you did?
Well, some of the best accomplishments I made were playing Major League Baseball for one and being Rookie of the Year for two. And I think the one person, hands down, who inspired me most would be my brother Mac.
That's wonderful. We'll be back after this other message.
There is no greater figure in terms of the impact on the social history in America than Jackie Robinson. In April 1947, when Jackie took the field for the Brooklyn Dodgers, not only did he break the color line of Major League Baseball, but he really broke the color line for mainstream America.
It's almost as if you say, if it costs my life, I'm willing to do it for the cause. And he did that. He was very articulate, and I believe a great role model for African Americans, but not only for him, for all Americans. He was a great role model.
One of the fiercest competitors I ever saw, and I only played with Jackie just in the Brooklyn days, and but you could see that there was that fight, that desire, and the fiery spirit, and even at that age. He still did things that would make you sit and, you'd open your eyes. You'd never seen things like that before.
It seemed like everybody was against him, even some of his own teammates. Dixie Walker and Bobby Brigg and some of those, they didn't want him on the team. They didn't want a black man. It wasn't Jackie, they just didn't want a black man on the team. But Vantrick was determined that he was going to use the black players who had the talent to play Major League Baseball.
They brought a petition around, some of the Southern boys, for me to sign that I wouldn't play with a black guy on the team. And I said, no way I'd sign that. I said, great, he's a sports idol of mine. I don't care what color he is. He's a great athlete and a great guy.
I think perhaps having Jackie, of course, was a catalyst on our team. I wish I had seen him when he was in his very early 20s instead of his later part of his athletic career. But he was a nice guy to just watch play. And then when he finally made it on his own, then he could be a little forceful as far as voice is concerned, too. He could get us in a lot of trouble every once in a while, let's put it that way.
Even the great Martin Luther King Jr. couldn't understand how a person at this time, in this time of our, of our history, would have to go through what Jackie Robinson went through because he wanted to play baseball, had the audacity to want to play baseball in these United States of America.
Jack was a race man. Jack was completely devoted to our race, completely preoccupied by the needs of our race. And so he could transcend that stuff just because there was a long-range goal, it was a big goal, and he had to help achieve it.
Jackie Robinson hit that ball.
the left field wall. Yeah, boy.
Yes, yes, Jackie hit that ball.
And when he swung his bat, the crowd went wild because he knocked that ball a solid mile. Yeah, boy.
Yes, yes, Jackie hit that ball.
I've always advocated, and I still will advocate until the day I close my eyes and die. I will advocate, and I will always say that there should be a national holiday honoring Jackie Roosevelt Robinson, so then all people, kids and everybody else, will know who this man is because they'll get a day off, a holiday like it is for Martin Luther King Jr., like they do for President's Day.
Welcome back for the last time. So, one last thing before you go, since it's almost time to finish up here.
Go on.
Could you please give us all a memorable quote that we could use in our daily lives?
Well, this helped me to overcome a lot of racial acts that I've perceived, and it helped me teach young children. And it is, I'm not concerned with your liking or disliking me. All that I ask is you respect me as a human being.
That's very wonderful. That's very inspiring too. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. And everyone, please give Jackie a nice round of applause.
Yeah!